my catch today. Gonna call her quits. Got some stuff to do, so got my limit of crappies. 5 crappies, all 9 inches. Biggest one was about 9.5. I got 3 bluegills. This one's a little bit on the smaller side, but I'll show you. It's definitely flayable, and you get a nice fillet of meat off that, and I'll show you how to do that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get off the ice here. It was kind of slow out here. Caught plenty of fish. Really finicky. Definitely had to work for them. But we're gonna go back home. I'm gonna show you how to fillet these fish up, and then we're gonna fry them up right away. And I'll show you how to do that. We're gonna go field to table. All right, guys, we're back home. Got our bucket of fish here, and we're gonna get to cleaning those up. Show you how to fillet them. Use your discretion when it comes to keeping fish. There's a lot of people out there that always like, I only keep bluegills bigger than 10 inches to eat, or I only keep perch over 12 inches. All those little ones gotta go back. You hear that from everybody and their brother. Don't listen to them. Like, if you want to keep a 7-inch perch or a 5-inch bluegill, whatever you can fillet, go for it. Because if I only kept 10-inch bluegills or 12-inch perch to eat, I would never eat any fish, and I love eating fish. So don't let those guys give you a hard time. Start with this crappie here. This is just the way that I do it. There's a million ways to do it. Just got to do what's good for you. So I'll just fillet them back here. Cut down along, follow the spine, backbone. Don't cut through the backbone. I'll do the same thing on the other side here. You want to angle your knife towards the head. Make sure it helps to get the handle of the knife off the edge of your cutting surface here. Oh yeah, that's better. There, you guys can see. Same thing on the other side. Missed a little bit on that one. Same thing here. Start just behind the gill plate. Angle your knife towards the head as you cut down. That's all just bones there. Second side's a little bit more tricky, so it helps to be able to hang your knife off your cutting surface. You definitely want to angle it towards the top fin so you don't miss anything. There we go. So that's pretty good. Nothing but bones. There's just a tiny little bit of meat here that I missed, but otherwise that's all bones. Do one of these bluegills here. This is the biggest bluegill that I caught today. Can't even measure them. 7.5 inches. So that's a good one. I like keeping 7 to 8 inch bluegills for eating. I think you get above 8, you start getting pretty big, a little bit more difficult to clean. Anything under 7, the fillet starts getting pretty small. Granted, if I get one that's hooked bad, I'll keep smaller than that. Like, I can definitely fillet them, but it's definitely more of a challenge. Yeah, so we got fillet, and we'll end up removing the rib cage. We'll fillet the skin off, and I'll show you how to cut the pin bones out to end up with a totally bone-free fillet. So you'll want to start on the top side of this ridge. Cut in. You'll hear those pin bones. You'll have to cut through those. And then once you feel your knife going in, you really want to bevel back and really follow that rib cage. And you're not even really cutting so much anymore. Kind of using the knife to pull. Once it's cut, I mean, you can just pull that rib cage out. You might have to come back. You know, sometimes there's some little ribs right here that you miss. So that rib cage is out. Then we're gonna take your finger, push it on the back of the tail, angle your knife down towards the skin. Not too hard, you don't want to cut through the skin, but you don't want to let your knife ride high and end up leaving flesh on this. So there's no meat left on this. This is all just skin. So did a good job with that. But if you take your finger just below this little lateral line of their, like, you know, back strap, whatever you want to call them, you can feel bones. You can even hear that. So those are pin bones. And what we'll do is we'll run our knife right here. Let's kind of make a little V shape, sort of, and end up cutting that out. Then we're left with totally boneless fillet of meat, which I always throw in I always keep a little bucket of water. Throw those in there. Cold water, I should say. Definitely want to keep those fillets cold because they'll keep them firm. So we're going to do that a bunch of times. Nice boneless fillet. This is on a smaller side, but still very tasty. And again, this is just the way that I clean fish. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So you gotta do whatever is good for you. Alright, so we're back inside now. This is our bowl of fillets in nice cold water. Definitely want to keep them in cold water. That I found works pretty good. I'll just kind of drain out the water, kind of swirl it around, fill it up with fresh water. Just kind of rinse and repeat. Do that a few times till the water starts running pretty clear. And this just makes the next step a lot faster. So we're going to package these up for the freezer, and I'll show you how to do that. For the sake of today's video with a catch, clean, cook, I am thawing out some perch fillets from the freezer right now. So we'll use these in place of the bluegill and crappie fillets, but it won't really make a difference. So, all right, I've got my quart-size freezer bag all ready to go. The way I do it, I always label the lake, so Long Lake, the date, that I was out there, species, and I rate the quantity. So I break mine down by number of fillets. So that's 8 fish that I kept today. 16 total fillets in there is how I break it down. I don't rate the number of fish because you get 2 fillets off each one. And sometimes some species of fish, whether it be like pike or whitefish or whatever, you end up with numerous fillets, like a backstrap and a belly. Rascal, get down! You want to say hi to the camera? Rascal really wants to be on camera. What do you think? What does he think? Get down. Go. Get down. Go. Oh. Anyway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run my cold water on a slow trickle. I'm gonna grab my fillets. I'm just gonna give them a rinse. I'll kind of rub my fingers over them. And this is a kind of a twofold process. One, I'm making sure the fillets are clean of any blood or scales or whatever. And then also by running my fingers over, I'm making sure that all the bones are out. So this is a very important step. This is probably the most important one. If I'm gonna be totally honest with you, this step right here, don't skip it. I always like to kind of just nicely layer these fish fillets in there. Rather than have them all tangled and stuff, so when they thaw out, the whole fillet just kind of comes right off. It's not wrapped around other fillets that are still frozen or whatever. All right, and once you've got all your fillets rinsed off nice and clean, we're gonna go ahead, get rid of that. We're not gonna fill this bag up with water. We're gonna get it, you know, filled up right at about the level where the fish are at. We're gonna go ahead and seal this most of the way. And then what works pretty good that I found is kind of fold this over something. You're gonna get all those air bubbles out, or most of them. Doesn't have to be all of them. Let me dry this off. You can see. Now we've got our fish all packaged, ready for the freezer. Frozen in water like this, these fish are gonna last a super long time. If you end up, you know, say you're trying to save up fish for like a big fish fry or something, you can get a couple of years out of this and they'll taste just fine. I try not to leave fish in the freezer for over a year. Usually they never last that long. But yeah, that's kind of it for the cleaning side, and that's kind of it for the whole cleaning side and like the preparation side of things. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go toss this bag of fish in the freezer. I'm gonna wait for these perch fillets here to finish thawing out, and then we're gonna go ahead and cook those up. So eat those right away. Well, I'm gonna, but you're gonna watch me eat them. You're gonna watch me enjoy them. So. All right, guys, got my bag of fish all thawed out. We're gonna go get this breaded right into the fryer. So, already got the oil in the fryer. It's already heated up, ready to go. So that's been done because that takes a few minutes. I got some breading in a bag. Today we're gonna use the Shore Lunch, just the original. It's pretty good. I've been using it lately. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw some of these fillets right into breading, and I just use damp fillets. I don't put them in like milk or egg or whatever people do. I'm just taking damp fillets from water, Going right into here. Just shake it up. It's fast, it's easy. I know there's probably better ways to get a better coating or whatever. This is just, it's pretty straightforward. It's kind of hard to screw up, so this is what I do. It's fast, it's easy. Here's my breaded fillets. I'm gonna toss those right into the fryer here. Stay. The lid kind of stays up when it wants. But yeah, I'm gonna toss these right into the fryer. Make sure you lay them out in a nice flat, like you don't want them overlapped or whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, and while the fillets are frying up in the deep fryer right now, go ahead, I'm gonna coat the next batch. There is kind of a trick. Sometimes some people, you'll throw it in, and they'll sizzle. What happens is the oil gets to a certain temperature, you throw your fillets in that are obviously significantly colder than the temperature of the oil. That oil temperature drops off drastically. So if you want a really crispy fillet, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll fry it with a fryer where you have like that. So if you hear that, you got the oil temp back up and then you drop it in, you can really crisp up your fillet nice that way. I don't always do it. It depends like how much I got going on. If I'm making side dishes at the same time, like too many things juggling, whatever, I just fry them. It doesn't really matter, but it's something you can work on to perfect. All right, so usually when the fryer stops kind of like boiling, making noise, usually means that they're done. Go in there and take a peek. Yep, pretty golden. Go ahead and grab those out. Throw our next batch in here. Close the lid, drop her down. All right, sizzling is slowing down on the second batch. We'll go ahead and pull that up. Oh yeah, nice and crispy. Always throw your fillets on some paper toweling, kind of soak up some of that oil. We'll go ahead and get our next batch in here. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. You guys hear that crunching? Before, after. Before, after. Before, after. After, before. This is why I fish. And this is why I keep all the fish that I do. Oh, they're just so delicious. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can go ahead and dip these in our tartar. And it's just me, so I'm gonna double dip. So I just got the last batch here, finishing up in the deep fryer, and that's gonna pretty much do it for today's video. I hope you guys learned something today. Kind of just see the process right from start to finish. So I go out, go catch some fish, bring them back, clean them up, and cook them up right away. Maybe you guys do it a different way. Maybe you got some different ideas or whatever. But there's definitely something honorable about being able to provide your own meals. Going out, catching fish, bringing them back, cooking them up and eating them. I mean, it's like hunters and gatherers. It's what our ancestors did. So, I mean, it's kind of like our instinct to go do that and be able to provide. So, pretty cool. I enjoy doing it. Deer hunting or any type of hunting, fishing, you know, bringing that stuff right from the field right to the table. I really take pride in that. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it though, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will catch you on the next one. See ya.